Hello everyone and welcome to another video that has two parts. In this one we're going to go to a somewhat basic but very misunderstood topic, which is the different types of reactives. I'll feature both Angel and myself throwing a variety of cover types. Now, reactive balls come in varying strengths, surfaces, and cover types such as pearl, hybrid, and solid. This part is important. Of any given formula, pearl balls will typically be the longest and strongest, or will glide down the lane the easiest and be most responsive to the dry or have the most back end. Solids will be the earliest and smoothest, and hybrids are right in the middle. Pearls usually come factory polished to go with the general idea, solids usually come sanded, and hybrids are a mixture. This does not, however, mean that pearls in general are always long and strong, or that solids are always early and smooth. Depending on the specific cover formula and the core it's paired with, that could turn things on their heads. Now, we've been looking at the Omega Crux, now we're going to look at the astrophysics. Both have asymmetric cores, both also have pearl cover stocks. I'm on the same condition in the same house, and they look nothing alike or resemble each other in any way. The Astro's R2S cover formula is a medium strength, more purely reactive formula with a very fast friction response, which means when it hits dry boards it's going to react very strongly off them. The Omega's GI20 cover is one of the strongest formulas Storm has, and the stronger the formula gets, the more it's going to dig through the oil or the more it's going to hook. The Omega definitely is not your typical pearl type ball reaction, or at least it's not what people automatically think when they think pearl. Now, the interesting thing, as was brought up on the recent 7 Ways video for the newly announced proton physics, is that Steve Klemkin says it's the strongest ball they've ever made, and there was some doubt there because people generally misunderstand hook as covering boards. The Omega Crux hooks an incredible amount more than the Astro technically, but it's early and very smooth, while the Astro goes several more feet down the lane but is quite a bit more responsive on the back end. Now, once you get on heavier oil conditions, that's where you begin to see the difference. Hook is more about traction and less about shape and covering boards. Hook does not equal back end. Now we're going to look at a few different comparisons with Angel, starting with the Rubicon. The Rubicon is a solid, but is a cleaner and quicker formula, so despite it being a solid, it's got a solid amount of boom down lane. It's still got a good amount of traction though, so this is one that can both gain traction on heavier volumes and produce shape down lane. Switching to the Axiom, you can see a much slower and smoother reaction, despite both being solids. The Axiom has a much stronger cover but a weaker core than the Rubicon. It's got a good amount of recovery, meaning it'll get back from deeper angles, you just have to give it a bit more time since it's slower. Both of these, however, despite being solids, are still quicker on friction than the Omega. Now let's look at a couple hybrids. The Parallax is unique because it acts like a lot of different things. It revs and rolls and gets traction like a stronger solid ball, but it's clean up front and does have some shape down lane that reflects its hybrid nature. The All-Road is another hybrid with a similar strength cover to the Parallax, but a much weaker core. It's quite a bit longer and smoother than the Parallax and is a great control ball because it has a stronger cover but a weaker core. It can get some traction on heavier stuff without starting up too early, but can offer some control on drier stuff because despite the stronger cover, the core naturally wants to get it down the lane further. Bouncing to the Phase 3, another hybrid, it's quite strong and responsive, so it does cover a lot of boards. It acts a lot like a stronger pearl, it's very quick on friction and creates a lot of motion down lane. In addition, R3S hybrid is a fairly strong formula, so it digs in quite well too. Moral of all of this is that cover designators or types don't matter near as much as most people think they do. Storm and Roto use combinations of surfaces, formulas, cores, and cover designators or versions or types to create reactions and shapes, so don't get sucked into the prevailing idea that you need certain cover types like pearl, hybrid, or solid in your bag, and instead try to create an arsenal full of varied shapes and hook potentials. Thanks for watching, and may the strikes be with you.